Welcome.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
Paula, I'm going to begin with you. You're Executive Director of Reading Works. It was formed some years ago, particularly with the help of Detroit Free Press and Detroit newspaper agencies. Paint us a picture. Where are we in terms of literacy in our region?
Well, it's still probably the most ignored issue in all of the things that we're talking about in developing Detroit. However, I think more and more educational or people concerned with education, people concerned with job development and such are recognizing more and more how we have to address the literacy issue in our region.
And we're particularly talking about adult literacy.
Adult literacy, yes. They're doing a really good job focusing on the kids and thinking about, well, they're good at job focusing, they got to put a lot into action yet.
What percentage of people in Detroit or Southeast Michigan, adults, cannot read?
Well, in Michigan, it's 1 in 3 are at 5th grade or below, which is virtually...
Huge.
That's huge, and it's double the national average. It's 1 in 6 across the United States, which is still not a great number. The whole country is suffering from low literacy, and again, it's 5th grade, so people feel like they can read, but until they fill out a job application or have to manage a health care situation, they realize that their comprehension and their reading skills are not really what it needs to be, and they don't qualify for most jobs.
Sure. Doug Kuiper, you're with Ilitch Holdings, a successful business, no doubt. Business that has their fingers in a lot of things in the region. What's your interest and what's Ilitch Holdings' interest in this issue?
Sure. For us, it really came to light as we conducted our outreach efforts for the District Detroit and Little Caesars Arena. And we held 13 outreach events across the city. Thousands of people came and signed up. And we have 40-plus apprentices on the site right now. But it's not as much as it should be, and we found a tremendous barrier in adult literacy. People want jobs, they're interested, they know they're good jobs. Absolutely, without question. And we think that's why the work that Reading Works is doing is so important. Organizations like Access for All, we've got to get people to work.
So how do we solve the problem? What kind of steps are you taking to address this and address this in a serious way?
Well, Reading Works works with 9 agencies, 7 right in the city of Detroit, that are doing adult literacy programming. The problem is alone, they can only do so much, but we're trying to work together to solve this with regional strategies. And that means really focusing on the people that come for jobs. We really focus on getting them into a program that's going to move them to their GED and to all the things that they need to get those job qualifications ready so that they can go into Access for All or other workforce trainings. And then there's a lot of parents, too, that are coming to us because they want to be better support for their children. So again, those literacy programs are a little broader. They're not quite so focused on getting a GED, but they really are focused about getting general literacy in the home and helping parents manage relationships with schools, relationships with doctors, and maybe get a driver's license, things like that.
Doug Kuiper, what can and what should business be doing to move this issue?
I think there's an incredible opportunity for collaboration and partnership. It's in the best interest of the region, it's in the best interest of the learners, and it's in the best interest of business to work with organizations like Reading Works, like Access for All, collaborate, get folks moving forward to the next step in their career. And we're working really hard with Reading Works, with organized labor, to get folks access to these opportunities.
Yeah, and as you both said, and particularly Paula at the beginning of this, it's one of those issues that people don't really talk about. It's almost kept sort of quiet and I guess to some extent even a little secret. But we've got to shed light on it because all these things that are being talked about in terms of the comeback of this city really hinge on adult literacy to a great extent.
It carries a lot of stigma. People think adults are too old to learn, or maybe they just dropped out of school and weren't interested in learning. There's a whole myriad of reasons why an adult cannot read or cannot read well, or feels that they got to a point and that was good enough. And now, but they want to read. We see it every day. People are coming and learning to read, going on to more education, going on to jobs, becoming more involved parents.
The key is making them not feel shamed.
Exactly. I think it was one woman was interviewed recently for the Detroit Free Press article, and she said, my 3rd grader reads better than me, but I'm okay with that because I'm learning. And whereas before, she would have hid that from
Right.
her child, from everybody, and done the whole family a disservice.
All right. We appreciate both of you coming in, and hope to get you back in the not too distant future to update us on the progress that you've made.
Great.
And if there's a message that you could send out there to the community, Doug Kuiper, if people want to get involved, they want to donate, if they want to volunteer, should they call you, call Reading Works?
They can call me, but they should call.
But you prefer they call Paula,
I would
right?
prefer they call Paula and go to the Reading Works website. And obviously, folks can also go to the District Detroit website to learn more about opportunities with our project as well.
All right, thank you both
Thank you
so
very
much.
much,
We
Chuck.
appreciate you coming in. And we appreciate all of you joining us on WXYZ.com.